I love you, Allie, for many, many reasons. For anybody who doesn't know Allie Friedland, which seems unusual, but I know that there are people out there who don't know Allie. She's an awesome storyteller. She works with the North Coast Storytellers. So she's been doing storytelling. She's worked with the Playhouse for many productions. A Woman's Place is in Her Home, Women of the Northwest,
For the
and she's also led storytelling workshops for us. Also, Allie's alter ego is as a fire. What is it? What's your exact title? With the
So
patrol?
I
Huh.
run a program called Working Lands Human Communities, and we kind of interface funding and projects on for restoration, most notably right now,
Yeah,
reducing hazardous fuels and building forest health resilience
yeah, that's
for
great.
mainly just for the Mattole watershed, but we kind of have our fingers out in other few other places as well.
Right. And Allie also lives way up on this beautiful hill in Petrolia, which even in Petrolia is far away from the center of Petrolia. So it's really a beautiful piece of property. And so I could see you have such a deep connection to land and nature and animals and where you live. And so for me, that's
Jackie, it's cutting out. Can't hear you.
you can't hear me?
Well, now you can, but for a second you cut out.
Oh dear. My phone's on, never stopped.
I could keep, I still heard you the whole
oh,
time.
Okay,
oh,
sorry. Cut out on here.
oh.
Sorry.
I am heard. So let's talk a little bit about Lucy and the Bear, not too much because you are going to do a big discussion on Saturday at 11, which is really exciting. I'm really excited to
Exclamation point, just emailed
hear
it.
what you two did. Oh, who's talking now? I hear somebody. um, so
Okay,
just tell them,
so let me get the
yeah,
book.
Allie's going to get the book. Here it goes. Allie's getting the book.
So this basically, I'm an oral storyteller, and I like to tell stories about things that aren't being told here. Having raised two kids and now I have two grandkids, I really want to empower them to know the natural world, particularly, but also I tell stories about tolerance and acceptance as well. And I tell stories in libraries, in schools, at events, and it's been great. Well, one day a friend of mine said, I want to illustrate your story. I like that particular one. So
Mhm.
this is the book. It's called
Ah,
Lucy the Bear, and I'm so excited because she's so cute. And
uh-huh.
so when Becky illustrated the story, she just like ran with it. I gave her some ideas. Let's see.
It's hard to see.
Uh,
Uh-oh, you're
it's
freezing
hard
up.
to see. There we go.
There we go. Oh,
Am I?
yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Maybe if I stop moving. Anyways, it's just been a really wonderful process working with another woman on something creative that it's just the two of us kind of going back and forth. That's what we thought. Anyways,
Right.
it's been and I was just really excited to share it with people and to inspire other people if they have a book in their head or a story
Yeah.
to get it down and work with somebody. And
Yeah.
I
So
have
what
a
ins
couple friends now who
yeah, keep going.
go ahead.
No, you have a couple
Well,
friends now who
I have two other women friends who have went ahead and written and their own books, and it's just great.
yeah, it is great. So what inspires you, Allie, to tell stories? Why?
Why?
What yeah, why?
I
Why,
I
Allie?
want I want to empower people to be in this place, to feel their rootedness here. Um, that's what first inspired me is that, you know, I grew up with Hansel and Gretel and, all the fairy tales, which are wonderful, but I wanted stories about here. And I wanted stories that brought wonder and aliveness to everybody's world here. And that's how it started with my kids, my own kids, is going on walks with my own kids and kind of making stories up. And
Nice.
Lucy the bear was actually a bear in my backyard. And then, of course, I made her into a mythical character, but it was, yeah, I live with a lot of different kinds of wildlife, as you know, and I'm inspired by it. I'm inspired to want to keep it. I'm inspired to treasure and cherish those kinds of things that we have here in our area.
Hmm. Cool. So, I mean, I hear a little bit about you being inspired by nature, um, and inspired by the impetus to tell people the story. What about a person or a figure or a mythological figure or whoever that inspires you, Allie, as a creator or as a forest, as dealing with the trees and fires and your work with Matol? What's the
So,
confluence of those inspirations, do you think?
that's a great question.
Thanks.
I really want to give um, some big kudos to the North Coast storytellers, which we really don't do a lot together anymore. But the original founder of the Storytellers Guild, his name Dan O'Gara, who's now gone, he really
Hmm.
inspired me, and he told a lot of local history stories as well as children's stories. And so when I think about um, other people that inspire me, the funny thing is the some of the stories that I feel compelled to write and create, especially ones about tolerance, um, they inspire me to be a better person. The story feels like a gift to me, and yet I started writing it and working with it. And one of my favorite characters is a man named Orsi who grows flowers, and he's just this beautiful person whose smile lights up like the crescent moon in the dark night sky of his face. And he goes
Hmm.
on to talk about kindness. And so now I have Orsi in me, and I feel like that has been a gift. My own
Right.
story helps me
Nice.
be a better person. And that's sort of where storytelling, kind of has a long thread of connection, is to kind of impart values and, um, yeah, value of this world, value of our lives together, value of culture, value of our natural environment, value of our family, this all of it.
Hmm. I always think of you too as a woman with no fear, um, both as a performer and as just a person living in the world. I mean, I remember when we came back from when we went out to investigate in Chico to see where we could take a woman's places in her home, and we camped, and you got up like in the middle of the night. Maybe it's because I was snoring, but you got up in the middle of the night and went walkabout and just kind of walked around and felt where you were in the middle of the night. And as a woman in the darkness, there is a certain level of overcoming fear that I found myself sort of thinking about with that. Um, so I just wanted to share that little anecdote about you and fear. I don't know what your thoughts are on fear.
Well, I have a fear of falling.
Oh, there you
I don't,
go.
like people who can climb really high heights. I get a
Mhm.
little tweaked out about that. I
Right.
I don't occasionally I have, because of where I live, I have felt that I need to be more aware of maybe mountain lions or something, but then I'll always kind of think about that. Well, I'll carry a stick, or um the chances of a mountain lion coming, are very slim. So,
Right.
but we all heard that real story that is local about the couple who were attacked by a mountain lion, And so ever since that story, I've been like, okay, it could be
Carrying a pen.
possible.
I carry a pen everywhere I go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Right here in my pocket.
that's right. Well,
Oh,
what time is it getting to be? Or 5:45. So we still have about 5 more minutes and then we'll call it good. I'm really excited to have you sell your book. Your book is gonna your and Becky Grant, your illustrator. The book is going to be for sale on the Arcata Playhouse link in the website, or Zero to Fierce link is a link to buy the book, and so it will be for sale. I know that it's printed at Bug Press, and so that's an exciting local infusion of cash. How did you and Becky meet?
we both raised kids together.
Oh,
Basically, my youngest and her oldest are about the same age. She's a lot younger, and she's an amazing artist. Anyways, she works in a lot of different materials. She's done jewelry, she's done sculpture, she's done paintings. She's amazing, and I've always
yeah.
thought she was amazing. And she approached me, and I want to tell everybody that we also are with the book comes a recording that you can download that has,
Hmm.
so if you have non-readers, you can have the recording where they just look at the book by themselves and are listening to the recording if you have some sort of device that you can download it to. And
Just
if you
like old
want,
times with record players.
I know.
Remember those
Well,
big old record player books where you could put it on the record and then it would say, when you hear the ding, turn the page.
exactly. Well, when my kids were
Mm.
young, we had little cassette tape that came with the book. And I started with this book with a CD, but nobody buys CDs anymore. So now it's just all downloaded audio files and,
Yeah, that's
you know,
really, really cool. So we can have a little bit of Allie telling our
yeah,
kids stories. Is it possible for people to buy the audio downlink and not the book?
we haven't done that yet. If people are really interested, I guess, sure. I mean, yeah, I'm not attached. The audio link is pretty easy to come by, actually.
Hmm.
So we
Cool.
we're not business people. We're just working it out. But um,
Nice.
I'm sure if people wanted it, I would just give it to them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Allie, it's been a pleasure talking with you as always. And I look forward to working with you on something as a writer and a performer. And the day when we can open the doors and stand side by side will be a day of glory for sure. You're such an amazing woman and presence, and such a great mind and sense of community. And um, you know, I'm
No,
blessed to call you a friend just because
I'm
you are pretty awesome.
um my heart swells, and I feel the same about you, and you are such a
No,
leader in this community on top of being that great person and great friend. So I hope everybody appreciates what you do, Jackie Dandenow, because
thank you,
this
Allison
whole
Freeland.
festival is great. What an amazing thing.
It is a pretty great thing. There's a lot of really great presenters here in the festival. So, that being said, we're going to cut away for a little bit and come back around
Okay.
to the Zero to Fierce Festival. I look forward to speaking with you and Becky, or hearing you and Becky on Saturday morning at 11, Allie. And you can learn about your book and how that process was. Spread the word, show up, register at zerotofierce.org. There were so many things coming up still. It's only Wednesday. We're only 3 days in. So coming up after this, there'll be a bit of a break till or yeah, a bit of a break till 7. Is that correct? It's a break
Yes.
till 7, yes. And then that's the sanctuary. And then after that is Queenie and Gloria dish the dirt. And that will be really fun with Joan Shirley and Mookie Cornish. So don't miss out. Thanks so much, Allie. I'm glad that you're here, but when you do drive home, drive safely. And I look forward to one day sitting in your orchard and watching the bees.
Same.
Love you.